All right, so here we have the registration form. I'm going to go through this. Future editor RuFFles here to provide some context. This is the form for the third season of the Mech Arena Quarterly Clash, MAQC. It's a very simple tournament-style event that has been held 2 other times in the Mech Arena official Discord server. I have participated both times. This video is going to be going through the registration form, explaining everything so that hopefully you know what's going on, and to kind of help you decide if you want to register or not. I will probably be joining this, but it's undecided as of right now because I have to, find teammates to do it. But yeah, just with that out of the way, let's get into the form. So, rules, team composition, team size. Teams need to have a minimum of 3 members, maximum of 5 members. So, that means you can enter with only 3 people, but you can't have subs, as they're called. So, you can't have any more than 5 people, which means if you want a full team, everybody needs to show up. Substitutes are not allowed. Yeah, standard matchmaking will attempt to match teams against opponents of similar team size and SP bracket. If a suitable opponent team can't be found, your team will be matched against bots. Alright then. Challenge score is an optional thing. This is a thing that they did last time, which I don't think they did super well, but we'll see. Team leaders can choose a voluntary challenge score during registration. Choice affects matchmaking and rewards. Challenge score 1. Okay. Matched against opponents within your team's SP bracket. Okay. Challenge score 2. High reward. Okay, so there's only 2. May face opponents of up to 1 SP bracket higher than your team. For each victory, your team will earn 50% more rewards. Okay. Your team's challenge score can't be changed after registration. So when you register, you decide, do you want normal matches? Do you want it to be as fair as possible? Or do you think you're a pretty good team and maybe you're going to try to take 50% more rewards, but you might lose more often because you're going to be taking harder battles. So that's the trade-off there. Format and disputes, winners decided by a single match. So this is 1 battle. You get together, you play 1 battle. You have to play it on the Mech Arena map, which I will show on the screen. Rematches are only allowed if both team leaders mutually agree. So essentially this is just, if there's a problem, then you can bring it to the tournament admin and they'll deal with it. But otherwise, yes, you can only do 1 match. That's the entire thing is just 1 match. But if both teams agree to a rematch, then you can do a rematch, right? Prize pool, okay. So 500,000 acorns, 400,000 elite mod parts, 300,000 pilot marks, and this is between everybody. This does not mean that everybody gets this amount. Nobody gets this amount. No one person, no one team gets this amount. This is the total for the entire tournament. Prize distribution, rewards are given only for matches that you win. Okay, right. So teams can enter, but if they don't win anything, if they never win any battles, then they don't get any rewards, right? Prize distribution will be weighed. Teams in higher brackets will be prioritized for acorns and elite parts, while teams in lower brackets will be prioritized for pilot marks. That is interesting. I'm not really sure what that means or how much it's going to be weighed by. Registration, team leaders must register their entire team using the official Google form. So this thing that I'm using right here. Roster changes. Team leader can edit the roster by resubmitting the form anytime before the registration deadline. So I could decide to swap somebody out for somebody else and just resubmit the thing using my same email and whatever. And that's fine so long as the registration deadline has not ended. Team leader is fully responsible for ensuring all team information is correct before the deadline, right? If you mess anything up, that's your fault. It is mandatory for the team leader to be on the official server, so the official Discord server. If you are not in that server, then they are not going to allow you to join. Then you'd be able to ping you for certain things. You need to be able to know certain things. So that's important. Updating team roster. Yeah, they already mentioned that. Must use the same email address as the original one. Yeah, using a different email will be flagged as a duplicate registration and will result in your team just being disqualified. So that's another thing. If you try to register in multiple teams, then they're going to disqualify both teams, right? So don't try to enter multiple teams. It's not going to work, and both teams are going to be disqualified. So the week 1, you will actually get a grace period after registration ends for week 1 if there was an incorrect registration. So you'll get an auto loss, but you'll be able to change it and you'll be able to participate the next weeks. So that would be good. That's just if you happen to have any mistakes that you didn't catch. Brackets will be dynamically decided post-registration, sure, along with the matchmaking lists for week 1. Okay, so the brackets will be decided after everyone's registered, which means that I don't get to see what the brackets are, which means that I don't actually know what the challenge score is going to get me, right? I don't know how difficult the challenge score is going to be. The last time, I will say this, the challenge score, definitely not worth it. So for anybody who's wondering, yeah, that's what happened last time. And I think that they made it much better this time, but how much better, that I'll leave that up to you. This is the link to the Mech Arena official Discord. Definitely join that if you have not already. And here is where you register your team. There were some issues here last time, so I'll go through this as well. Enter the single highest max SP value from any member on your team. So this would be, assuming I'm registering the Flu team, right? This would be probably like, I think it's like 25,000. Both Nihilus and Batman can get that high. Most likely one of them will be joining, so I'll just leave that there. This is important. This is not the SP that I'm going to use. This is not the SP that any of my teammates are going to use. The SP that my team is going to use is probably like 20,000 at most. So what this number is the max SP that any of my teammates can possibly get to. So I know that Nihilus and Batman, they can get up to 25,000 squad power. They can. They're not going to during a tournament, but they can. And that's the number that they're looking for. You can ask me why. I couldn't tell you exactly why, but I think you could probably guess. Make sure it's just a number like this, like it says here. Any other format such as text, 5K, or a range will be rejected, and the form will prevent your team's registration. So here it clarifies max SP refers to the maximum possible squad power that a player can have in their hangar with all weapons and whatever stuff. It does not refer to preferred SP. It does not refer to the SP that you're going to use. It refers strictly to what is the absolute most that you can get to. And it says here, any attempt to misrepresent or manipulate SP values will result in immediate disqualification without appeal. You cannot mess this up. You got to be very careful with this. This will immediately disqualify you if you do it wrong. It is what it is. So like on my free-to-play account, for example, my max SP would be like 4,700. I don't really use that hangar. That's a hangar including a modded Juggernaut, which I don't use, but you know, like my Panther's better. That hangar with it's like 4,300 something like that, but I should register it saying like 4,700 or maybe like 5,000 as like if I was to round it. So select your challenge score tier, normal SP bracket, or maybe face people who are one SP bracket higher. For anyone who's like maxed out like I am, always choose challenge score 2. You literally can't fight people who are stronger, so you may as well claim the 50% extra rewards, right? Because you're gonna get the same matches. Team size. So yeah, 5 players max. You either get 3, 4, or 5. Choose 5. Hopefully I can get 5 people. So team captain's Discord name. This would be me. I am the team captain because I am registering people. Mine is just RuFFles504. And he's highlighting this around here. This is not what you're supposed to put in. You're not supposed to put in this. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go to Discord and open up so that's what they're looking for, and that's why I put that there. This is just the example. Oh, Batman can get to 27. He's probably going to use one that's more closer to like 20, but I do know he can get up to 27. We're going to go up here, we're going to go back, and we're going to correct this. We're going to say 27,000. So that's the absolute most SP that any one of my members can get up to. And you're going to have to go back and forth with your team members. You're going to have to check with them. You're going to have to be like, hey, what's the most SP you can get up to? Because again, if it's incorrect, if you get it wrong for any reason, even if it's not your fault, like your team member lied to you, there's a very real chance that you get disqualified. Going back to this, so provide the player ID of the team leader. This would be mine. I am the team leader. And the player ID is not the name. It is this number right here. So you go to profile and you just copy this number right here, which you can do by pressing this little button, player ID copied to clipboard. And then I can just pull this back up, paste it, and that's the ID right there. So that is the in-game player ID of me, which is the team leader. And then you do that, you do the exact same thing for all the other members in your team. You don't have to get it from them. So I can just go click on somebody and then here's their ID, right? So I can copy this from their profile and I can put that in there. First, you got to make sure that they agree to join you, right? Don't just register people without them knowing about it. So then you do that for all of your members. And then in order to enter, you got to, agree to this. So the rules for the tournament are not here. They're not on this form. The rules are in the Discord server, so you need to be able to read those, obviously, and so you need to be there. Whatever issues that might come up, the tournament admins get to decide, and their word is final. And then here you can just choose to be sent a copy of your response. I think it'll automatically send it to your email, so then you can have a copy of it and you can look it over later. It's probably a good practice to have. And then you just press the submit button at the bottom, and you're good. Good luck to everybody who's joining. That will be it for me. Appreciate y'all. Take care.